Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be talking about something very interesting today. It's actually about skincare. So I think most of you guys know already through my Instagram the kind of skincare routine that I'm already doing, but this is specifically going to be about a brand. So the brand is The Ordinary, and what I have lined up in this video is basically all the products that I use, the products which have been tried and tested by me, the products which are foolproof, different kind of skin types, and different skincare for different skin types, and of course a question and answer kind of like Q&A that you guys asked me on my stories. So I'm going to be answering questions that you guys told me to answer on my Instagram. So if you're interested to know about The Ordinary and about skincare, then please keep watching this video. Okay, so let's get started. Now, basically, The Ordinary is a company which is on Instagram known as DCM, and it's also known as the Abnormal Beauty Company. Now, these are Canadian products, and I have a couple of products over here that I'm using. Now, mostly people are really confused with The Ordinary because they feel like the names are so confusing. They don't really know what kind of products, what do they perform, what do they do. So let's start off with the most famous and the most best product, what I feel that is like a 100% guaranteed to work for any skin type. It's something natural. So it is basically, where did it go? It is the 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. So it's basically rosehip oil, also known as rosehip oil. Recently, like, this is the kind of let me just find how the bottle, I haven't opened package, so I'll show you guys how it looks. This is exactly how it looks, so you guys can see a close up. And here, this is the box and this is the bottle. So basically, rosehip oil, when it's saying daily support formula for all skin types, that's the first thing that it says over here. Now, because it's natural, it's guaranteed to work. You know, like, it's gonna work for sure. And how you're supposed to apply it. Now, most people are like, oh, you know what, I have acne, I'm not supposed to put oil on my face. Well, yes, you're not supposed to apply oil directly to your pores. Like, if you've just washed your face and right after you wash your face, you're not supposed to take oil and like put it on your face. You're supposed to go step by step. The first step is always it's very simple, from the lightest product to the most heavy product. So your lightest product is probably going to be your toner. You're going to tone, and then you're going to put a serum, and then you're going to apply your moisturizer, and then oil. Now, thin layers, of course, and you should see the ingredients. Like, it shouldn't be like, okay, my serum is thick and then my moisturizer is also really thick and then I put an oil on top. So now you're just going to clog your skin up. So take turns with products. That's what I do, and I feel like that's what's worked out for me. Okay, so rosehip oil, how do you use this? I prefer using this at night. I don't apply it in the day unless I'm wearing makeup. Like, if I'm wearing makeup and then I use it as like a primer, it works really well as a primer. So I apply this at night, and I kind of just, like, this is how it looks. So I kind of just take like 2 drops over here and here and here. And now if you have oily skin, there's different ways to apply it. If you have oily skin or if you have dry skin. If you have dry skin, kind of just really rub it in everywhere, and you don't need to be like very you can be generous with the amount you're applying. But however, if you have oily skin, then I do suggest that you take the dipper and put the oil on your hand and just press it in, warm it up, and then just tap it on your face. So you're not putting an excess amount and you're not going to get breakouts. Now, what this does is basically, so I have seen people who have acne, they've used this, it's completely gone. People who have acne, people who have hyperpigmentation. I use this personally because of hyperpigmentation. I have like just the, you know, the usual Middle Eastern woman, it's a desi problem, I guess. I think if you guys are desi, if you're watching this, you know this is a general problem. The mouth area tends to be a little dark. So for me, that was my skin issue. Pigmentation has always been such a skin issue for me. And a little bit of texture, of course, here and there. So it kind of gets rid of texture. It really works for texture. and it works for pigmentation. Now this is for me personally, so I can 100% guarantee that. My sister actually used it for acne and it worked like wonders on her, and the reason it's really safe is because it's natural. It's, when I mean by natural, I don't mean by like, okay, it's made out of natural ingredients or anything. Of course it's a composed oil, but it's not like they picked it out of the plant and just put it in. It's been cold pressed. So oh yeah, I had to tell you guys one more thing about something being cold pressed. So when it's cold pressed, the nutrients are still there. You should always look for a cold pressed oil. Just get this one. It's the best out there. It's affordable. It works. So that's the best part, you know. And sorry guys, I'm sitting on the bed. It's just, God. I thought this was going to be a comfortable video. I think I should have gone like all the way back, but I think I'm closer to the edge of the bed, but it's still more comfortable than the seat I sit on. So anyway, I just get so distracted. So this really works, guys, because it's all natural, as I mentioned. It's not like it's going to give you any reaction or your skin's not going to get used to it. You will see a difference literally on the second day of applying this. So number one product from Ordinary is definitely this one. You need to get it. 100%, it's 100% organic, so this is great. So anybody who's like confused about what to buy from the Ordinary, you go get this. Now the second product which worked for me, what I'm going to talk about is, let's start with I really want to talk about AHAs and BHAs, so I'm gonna like explain that. I think I'm gonna get to that towards the end of the video. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is, I recently purchased this, is a Mineral UV Filters SPF 30 with antioxidants. So I recently purchased this. Now if you're looking for, I don't know if you guys can see, yeah you can. So if you're looking for a sunscreen, now before, like, I didn't even know like how important sunscreen was, honestly. Like my friends told me, and I always see bloggers, and I follow this girl, guys, she's my friend, Makeup and Literature, please follow her, she's so good. I get like so much of my information from her. So you know, she kind of just emphasized on the importance of sun protection. And you know, my dad, he always told me, he was like, you know, you always need to apply sunblock. And I was like, why is he making me apply sunblock? You know, I look blue, but you know, your parents are always right, guys. You should listen to them. So anyway, this is the Ordinary sun care, and as I mentioned, it has mineral UV filters. Now what I mean by mineral UV filters, or what they basically mean by this, is that it's supposed to have zinc oxide. So if you're using a sunblock which doesn't have titanium or zinc oxide, guys, it's probably not going to work. So if it's not giving you kind of like the white thing, like the white cast, it's not working. They're lying to you, and it's not a proper sunblock. Because it's what is sunblock? Like, it's supposed to block the sun away, right? It's supposed to reflect light. So how is it going to reflect light if it doesn't have the certain ingredient that is going to reflect light? I don't know if you guys get me, but zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are the ingredients that basically reflect the sunlight. So this is how I'm just going to apply it on my hand and show you. So when you have like a white cast like this, I mean, this one doesn't really that much. If you like really rub it in, of course you can see it's really white now, but if you really like go in, like I'll show you once I just rub it completely on my hand. So if you really go in, yes, it's gonna have a slight white cast, but you know what, it doesn't, it's not like rusty, or it doesn't like have any bumps, or it doesn't peel or anything like that, which is great. So for every day, you should get this, and you should always apply a sunblock. This is my favorite sunblock at the moment, and it's from Ordinary. They just came up with different series. They have SPF 15 as well. I live in Dubai, so obviously I need a SPF 30. So you can see that it has a slight white cast, but it's still not a lot, guys. It's still acceptable, and it has the perfect ingredients. You can check your ingredients whenever you're buying sunblock. Please check your ingredients. Okay, coming on to the next product, guys, is the caffeine solution 5%. Now I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, I couldn't really tell if this works on me. I tried it on Rahul, and it worked on him because he has a little bit of puffiness, but me personally, guys, I don't really have puffiness. I just have darkness around this area. So this is essentially, guys, I feel like something's underneath my eye. Is there like a, sorry, showing my eye? I don't know, it feels like a shadow. don't know if there is a shadow. Anyway, even if there is, like, it's too late to fix this. Anyway, so so I don't really have any puffiness. I just have a little bit of darkness. So this doesn't essentially treat darkness, but this treats puffiness. So people who have like slightly eye bags underneath their eyes, so when you put caffeine, what happens is it activates the cells and kind of like dehydrates your under eye, so the water is really removed. So this is just for puffiness. If you have puffy eyes, this is your best friend. It'll really work on you. But if you don't have puffy eyes, I don't suggest to use it because it's just gonna activate the cells, but then in the long run, it's actually gonna dehydrate your skin because it has caffeine in it. So this is your caffeine solution, and we're done with this product. Now let's go to the next one. I have all acids, guys. Next up, I'm going to talk about acids. Now, a lot of things you guys can Google, because honestly, if I explain it to you over here, I am not so clear in terms of my speech. So it's kind of like going to be over the top. But guys, I swear to God, I know what I'm saying. I've done my research. I don't just talk blindly. It's just that I'm not very good at articulating it. So now let's start with glycolic acid. Okay, this is a toner, and I've been using this toner since a really long time. You guys can see it's kind of almost over. It is a 7% toning solution, and the pH is 3.6. So 3.6 is acidic. I mean, your pH, your face pH is about like 5, but and 7's water. Like water has a pH 7, so that's why that's neutral. 7's neutral, and then we have alkaline, and then we have acid, which is 7 downwards. Now, the reason it's okay to be pH 3.6 because your face can still bear that. Now, anything lower, yes, it gets a little dangerous, like citric acid and all of those things. That's why they tell you, like, recently there's been like studies, you're not supposed to like take lemon and like put it on your face because the citric acid is very acidic on your face and it really like penetrates through, and then it causes permanent damage. Now, what glycolic acid basically does is that it really penetrates into your skin. So if you're facing problems as in exfoliation, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, use chemical exfoliants. What are chemical exfoliants? It's basically glycolic acid. So what it does, it kind of like sheds your skin off. So instead of like using a physical scrub, like, you know, we're scrubbing our skin, or we're using those funny beaded scrubs, those things are bad, guys. You're not supposed to use that on your face because that's going to cause like micro tears on your face, and then it's going to cause aging eventually. So please just stay away from those micro scrub thingies. The best thing is a chemical exfoliant. When I mean by chemical exfoliant, how can something exfoliate even though it's chemical? Of course it can, because what it does is it breaks down the cells, the dead cells, and then kind of sheds it away. So in the morning when you wake up, you will see that your skin is a little oily right after applying this. Like, definitely your skin is a little oily, and you'll feel like, you know, it's also clearer. So anybody struggling with like texture and they feel like there's a lot of dry skin around, you're supposed to apply this. Now, if you're going out in the sun, stay away from this. Like, okay, so I know tomorrow I'm gonna go in the sun, right? So I'm not gonna apply this at night and then go in the morning in the sun because my skin is gonna get sensitive. That's the thing about acids, your skin tends to get sensitive. So you have to be careful about your sun exposure. Then, and if you are going, you're supposed to apply sunblock, but still, you know, I never take the risk because, and I don't recommend to take the risk either. Like, if you know you're staying in, you're just gonna go out for a little while, then it's fine. Then you can use an acid the previous day. So this is not essentially safe. Like, you can't apply this and then go out in the sun. I know a lot of people who have like applied glycolic acid and they're like, oh my god, you know what, Hala, you said it works and there's not going to be anything wrong with our skin. Well, guys, obviously you're not supposed to go in the sun. I mentioned that. So like, you don't go in the sun at all. You have to be really careful with your sun exposure. And in terms of use, how much you're supposed to use this, you're not supposed to use it more than I recommend 2 times a week is enough. If you feel like you still have like a lot of clogging around the nose and over here, then maybe 3 times a week tops, but 2 times a week is more than enough. Nighttime routine and right before your moisturizer, because of course it is a toner and it's a very thin product. Now, coming down to the next product is, let's see, what am I going to talk about? And the next thing is going to be something very interesting, which is worked personally for me, and my zits, like literally all my pimples were gone. And I was in the starting, I was applying it the wrong way, and then I kind of learned through a clinic how I'm actually supposed to apply it. So the next product is salicylic acid. So it's salicylic acid is the best thing for acne. Now I'm going to read out what it actually says. It says for blemish prone skin. Now this is only 2%. It's only 2% because it is a strong acid. You are only supposed to apply it on affected areas. You're not just supposed to like take the serum and like go all over your face. Guys, please don't do that with salicylic acid. You're not supposed to do that, okay? So it does say sunburn alert. This product contains a beta hydroxy acid, which is BHA. I don't want to get into AHA and BHA. I'm just telling you what you're supposed to do. Maybe you can just Google it. Like, I'm sure you don't want to hear me like talk about what is AHA, what is BHA, like alpha hydroxy acid, beta hydroxy acid. You'd be like, yeah, guys, this is not like science class. Please, just like, you're not a chemistry teacher, get lost. So I'm not gonna get into that. Now, yeah, as I said, it says the product contains a beta BHA that increases your skin sensitivity to sun and particularly to the possibility of sunburn. So that's why I'm saying please do not apply this and then go out in the sun and be like, oh, it didn't work, like I got pimples. Like, well, because it increases your sensitivity, you know. It's a product that you're supposed to learn about and then you're supposed to understand it. So it's not bad for you just because you're applying it and it will like increase your sensitivity. It's for blemish prone skin. It does say over here it is for blemish prone skin, but it works wonders if you know how to apply it and if you understand your skin. So if you have in case like this is normally for people who have a slightly oily skin. So if you have like I don't have oily skin, but I do get a lot of clogging around the nose. You can kind of see it's kind of getting oily right now as well. So I have a lot of clogging around the nose, around this chin area underneath my lip. So it kind of gets rid of the clogging. So my friend told me like it dislodges it. So I was like, where does it go? You know, I mean, I was reading up on the internet and I was like, but where does the thing go? Like, if it's inside our skin, where does it go? So she's like, it dislodges it and then it eventually just starts little by little coming out. Or if it's a really huge zit, so you apply the consistency on the serum consistency. It's a little thick, so it's a very jelly-like substance. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me try and focus. Like, you can see it's very thick, so it's like thick and like sticky. So you kind of just apply it on your pimple. Like sometimes I get like really huge zits around here, so I apply it on my pimple and the next day it's like you can see all the, like, I know guys this is really disgusting, but like all the stuff out of the pimple will actually just come out early. So it's like the pimples matured or something like that. Let's put it in those words for you guys to understand. So it's for blemish prone skin. 2% is perfect. Start with 2%. You can keep increasing the percentage as you go on, but 2% is fine. And it really gets rid of the pimples. Like, this is something that really works for pimples. Like if you have blemishes around here, like normally some people have over here, you put this and you see that immediately you can see that your blemishes are clearing out. You know, the kind of like small dots or any white heads or black heads, immediately it will be cleared out. So this is what salicylic acid is for. And if you have really oily skin with acne, then this is definitely for you. Then you can apply it more generously. But if you have slightly drier skin, just go with concentrations everywhere, wherever you feel like you have the blemish. Now, so the next product, now I have 2 products left that I'm going to be talking about, is which one should I talk about first? I will talk about hyaluronic acid. Okay, so this I have also recently started using. This is also a 2% solution and it's zinc plus B5. So basically B5 is to just support the brightening of the skin, so it kind of brightens up your skin. Now what this does essentially, this is for dry skin, guys. Now when I mean by this is concentrated on dry skin, I have dry skin. It's worked on me. I have seen that my pores over here, like right over here, have like completely diminished. Now this is a serum consistency. You're supposed to apply it before your moisturizer, and it's an acid, so you have to still kind of be careful with it, but you don't have to that much. It's not such a strong acid, so you can still go in and apply it before your makeup and everything. But I personally prefer to apply this at night it works better at night. So it's kind of a PM cream, PM, what do you call it? PM serum. So it says that you can apply it at AM as well, but I just feel like it causes too much layering on my skin. For me, when I go out in the sun, it's just like sunblock, 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 you know, that's all I care about. And the consistency is thin, it immediately just kind of settles into your skin, so it's not like it's irritating or sticky or anything. So it's a great acid. It basically catches water, so if you have dry skin, it will the molecule really just catches in water and keeps your skin hydrated. So if you have really dry skin and you feel like your skin is aging, start with hyaluronic acid and you will immediately see the difference. You see these days a lot of creams and like a lot of masks, they always have hyaluronic acid mixed into them, is because this is an acid which is really, it shows results. You can see your skin is more plump and youthful immediately. Now I can't see it in terms of wrinkles because alhamdulillah I don't have wrinkles yet, but it definitely, I do have a little bit of pores around here and I feel like it really fills them up. So it's kind of like a Botox thing, like, because it really flushes your skin and makes it look like you've injected water into it. So you feel like as if you've just, you know, this girl probably drinks a lot of water. So this way, hyaluronic acid is great. Now let's talk about azelaic acid. Now this, as it says, it's 10%. Now this is a different, it's not an AHA, it's not a BHA, it's a different kind of an acid, and it's in suspension 10%. When I mean by suspension 10%, is just that it's a multifunctional brightening formula. So this is the acid that takes the most time. Now rest of the acids, they're very quick. You can see the difference within like honestly a week, but with azelaic acid it takes time, but the results are very promising. Now it treats everything. It treats hyperpigmentation, it treats pimples, it treats texture, it treats a lot of things. So the first thing that when I read on the internet is just that it said kind of dislodges everything, clears everything up. A lot of people told me that it's worked for them, but yes, it takes a little bit of time. If you guys have patience, start using this. It does wonders. I've heard people, their acne literally is cleared up because of azelaic acid. It is not such a strong acid, and you can use it AM or PM either. And it says on directions that to improve visible brightness and appearance of skin texture. So definitely anybody who's struggling with texture, you feel like there's a lot of like marks and like dots from your pimples, or you have like those tiny little dots, so everything will clear up with using this. But of course it takes time. It's not an acid which works like, let me come closer to you guys, which works like super fast, like okay, yeah, in a week's time I can see the difference. No, it's very slow. I have not honestly, like I'm not that patient. Like I don't have so much patience with products. Like I just feel like, oh my god, I need something to work fast, which is bad. I shouldn't be this way, but I haven't used much of it. You can see the tube is like pretty much still full, but I am gonna start using it. I have like a fixed skincare routine that I do use already, and I know it's working for me. So I know my skin type, I know it's dry, I know it's oily, wherever it's oily, it's combination, so I've stuck to that. So your skin also gets used to things, so that's the worst part about your skin, is that it adapts to everything. So it's like, you know, sometimes you're like, oh my god, that cream used to work on me before, and like now it doesn't work anymore. Well, that's because your skin got used to it. So me, I apply my products according to my skin condition, according to the weather. I kind of understand everything and apply it. But this video was really to tell you guys. I mean, honestly, if I had to see you in person, I would probably be able to explain to you for your skin type, but this is a very general video where I'm just going to explain about just about general, about the Ordinary and how great they are and their products and what I've used. So as I was coming back to azelaic acid, so it's multifunctional and it takes time. So if you're patient, please go ahead with it. And it targets uneven, it says over here as well on the box, uneven skin tone, dullness, textural irregularities. So any texture, any like irregularness, it will fix it. It takes time, but it works. So now you need to know, really, you need to, like, I can't emphasize this enough. these things are easy to understand. Yes, it gets a little bit difficult, but you need to understand your skin type. That's the first step towards skincare, that you need to know what your skin type is. You need to understand it, and don't like start using random products and be like, yeah, I'll just keep using something and it'll work for me, and then I will go ahead with that skincare routine. Don't do that, because in the process of doing that, you're increasing the sensitivity of your skin. And then, like, I am saying this out of experience because I've done this. I would just use like random products and be like, oh, this doesn't work on me, this doesn't work on me. Like, it's not good to do that, because you are increasing sensitivity. And when you increase sensitivity, then you become like more prone to getting blemishes, because you're, you know, sometimes when you go out in the sun and you feel like, oh my god, like today my skin looks a little dull, before it wasn't like this. It's because we increase sensitivity. No one is really born with hypersensitive skin. That's not possible. Yes, we're born with sensitive, but not hypersensitivity. Now, that's about it. And yeah, guys, these are all the products that I was talking about. Now let's answer your questions, which I got on Instagram. So I got a couple of questions. There's a lot, but a lot of them were similar, so I can just attend to them one by one. Let me just go to the questions box. Okay, so here it is. So the first question is, Swarna Soman has asked me the best products for pigmentation and bad texture. So the best products for pigmentation and bad texture is glycolic acid. If you want fast results, it definitely gets rid of texture, it gets rid of pigmentation as well immediately. Immediately as in like in a week's time you will start seeing the difference. What it does is that you have to be very careful with it. There's rules. Don't go out in the sun, don't apply too much. If you're applying a very heavy cleanser, which is like if you're applying a foaming cleanser and then right after that you use this, it'll cause you breakouts. So there's rules to glycolic acid. So what I suggest is actually going ahead with something which you have to wait a little bit, but you know, why not, is azelaic acid. It definitely gives you a guaranteed results without kind of the rules of like not going out in the sun, applying sunblock, etc, etc. So go ahead for azelaic acid if you are looking for something to fix pigmentation and bad texture. Definitely you're gonna get a really good result through this. Now that's the same question. Okay, Swarna's asking me again, is it safe to go under the sun after using them? As I mentioned, acids are not safe to go out in the sun. You need to, and besides, even without wearing acids, like, you need to protect your skin from the sun, but of course after you use acids you need to do it even more. In general, you should do it. Your skin will become sensitive, you will get blemishes, you will get acne if you your skin, the sensitivity increases. Why do we get acne? Is because some of it of course is like adult acne. You're gonna get it like anyway, it's in your genes and all of those things. But then sometimes when we increase sensitivity to our skin, then the bacteria goes in and then we end up getting pimples. So that happens when you increase your sensitivity, so you really need to be careful from the sun regardless. But with acids you need to be careful, and definitely with glycolic acid, one of them, you need to be very careful when you're going in the sun. Now, oh, there's a lot. Okay, so I'm not gonna. Okay, if you could tell us what each product, this is another girl, mainly does on the skin, and which ones shouldn't be combined to use. Yes, this is a really good question actually. So you're not supposed to combine things like there's certain rules with retinol and with I haven't spoken about retinols over here. Retinols are basically for aging skin, and I will just give you a general rule for retinols. Don't start with a very high dosage, start with like a low dosage. You will see retinol, there's like 0.1 something, 0.5, 2.5, etc, etc. So you start with low and then you eventually start going ahead and using a higher percentage. And retinols is basically for skin which is aging, or you feel like slightly mature skin, like maybe you're 25, you can use retinols. But I haven't started them yet. Maybe if I feel like in the future, I feel like maybe I want to prevent pores or anything like that, or lines, then I'm going to start using retinols. Now, you're not supposed to combine things like, let me give you an example. You're not supposed to combine maybe something like you're going to apply salicylic acid and then right after you apply salicylic acid, you're going to use like rosehip oil. So it's like these acids, they don't really work with other products. So there are certain acids that don't work with other products. This is the one of the examples that I've used right now. You're not supposed to use it is because they both have very different textures. With oils, what I recommend is that before you use an oil, you should either use hyaluronic acid or you should just use your regular moisturizer that you're using. I don't have a regular moisturizer, like an everyday moisturizer from Ordinary. I use one which is from Origins, so I use that, and then I use my oil at night. So that's what I do, and I don't apply it every day as well, because as I told you, your skin gets used to it, and then you're buying more and more products because you're like, oh yeah, now my skin's just used to everything. So you have to be very alternating of it, and according to your skin type. Yes, definitely. Could you tell which sequence and order to use products in? Yes, I can definitely tell you. First, use the toner. Toner is your first, of course, you have to wash your face, okay? Now, for example, if I have this kind of a full face of makeup on, so I'm going to remove all the makeup. Try and use an oil-based cleanser. So first you remove it from oil, so it's like you're very light on your skin, you're not really tugging on it. So you use oil and you remove whatever you can, and then of course there will be a lot of residue left. So you take like a brush, like a facial brush, any facial brush, it doesn't matter, Foreo, there's many brands out there, it doesn't really matter which brand you use. You use your face wash, you cleanse your face, you double cleanse. That's also a very important thing to do with skincare. You're always supposed to double cleanse. You kind of go in twice, so first with an oil and then secondly with a face wash. So you wash your face, and right after you wash it, then you go in with a toner. Now toners can sometimes, you can use if somebody wants something natural, you can use rose water as a toner. Now for everyday you can't use glycolic acid, but depending, as I said, on your skin type, sometimes I feel like I have a lot of acne, so I use like something which is like something which has like tea tree or something like that in it for acne. But if my skin's doing like fine and I feel like still there's a little bit of texture, I'm not going on the sun, I go in with glycolic acid. If not, every day just like rose water or something like that, just to tone your skin out. Use it on a cotton swab and just rub out everything, so it kind of preps your face. It's like a primer. Like in makeup we use primer, it's like a primer for your skincare. So your skin has to be slightly wet, so either you use like rose water or you spray rose water. And the reason you have to use mists is because if you just like apply water on your face, then you can't really have the skincare penetrate into your skin. So it's like this toast example that my friend had given me. So she said that if a toast is completely burnt and you put like something over it, it will not absorb it. But if you have like a normal toast, which is like not like toasted, it's just a normal toast, if you put like butter on it, it'll immediately absorb it. This is one example. The other example is a sponge, like the sponge thing which you clean your dishes with. So it's like something that is a wet sponge will absorb maybe like dishwashing liquid better than a dry sponge absorbing dishwashing liquid. So this is one of the examples, like a primer for your skin. So you're supposed to start with toner. Right after you finish your toner, you start applying your moisturizer. Sorry, no, not your moisturizer, your serum. I'm so sorry. Your serum, because it's the lightest product. So you apply your serum. Right after your serum, you apply moisturizer. And guys, thin layers, don't really go generously and don't apply thick layers. Then you go in, suppose you have eye cream or something like that, that's fine, you can apply that. And then finally you go in with your oil. Oil is the last thing because it's thick, and you can use the rosehip oil that I told you. You kind of, if you have oily skin, just put it on your hands, pat, and then gently pat, make sure your hands are also clean. And if you have dry skin, then you can just go directly with the tipper and really massage it into your skin and make sure it goes in. It's not a very thick oil, it's not like coconut oil, so you're safe with rosehip oil. Now, what are the top 3 products from the brand that you'd recommend for oily skin, acne prone skin? Okay, I think azelaic acid, rosehip oil definitely, and salicylic acid, because that really treats your skin and gives you kind of like a permanent outlook and a permanent solution for your acne. So this is for 3 for acne. These are the top 3. And what's best for dry skin? Which are all the products in order? In what order should we use it? I just mentioned the order to you. And best for dry skin would be hyaluronic acid. Definitely, it is a molecule which holds water in, so your skin feels hydrated and the water doesn't escape from it immediately. If you have dry skin, use hyaluronic acid. It's very important because your skin needs to be hydrated, because if it's not, then your skin's gonna end up forming wrinkles and you're gonna have like wrinkles and everything. When your skin is dry, it tends to sag more and you tend to get lines more, like it ages faster. When you have oily skin, you have like large pores, but your skin doesn't age, like you don't sag or you don't get lines. That's the reason, because it's like the moisture just stays in. So if you have dry skin, please use hyaluronic acid. It will really contain the moisture on your face. Now, for beginners, yes, what I mean by for beginners, like that's, as I said, for beginners, if you're just starting off with skincare, the best thing you can do is use a moisturizer and then start applying rosehip oil, because it's safe. It's it doesn't have any repercussions, like as in there's not very strict rules to it. Like acids have rules to them. You need to understand your skin type, etc, etc. But with rosehip oil, it's very general. Now, yes, as I mentioned that I have seen results. I got another question. How long have you been using it? I have been using this for, I think, 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years. And yes, I have seen incredible results. Where should you start? Where should I start? I have combo dry skin, very sensitive, prone to breaking out if not taken care of. Hypersensitivity, basically you need to find out the cause and where it's happening from. Is it in your genes? Like hypersensitivity is not, but like maybe your skin is sensitive. So you need to be careful and stop using like like foaming cleansers. Like stop using soap or foaming cleansers. Like that's probably ruining the pH of your skin. Stop doing that. Stop using like lemon or anything, because like sometimes our moms and stuff, they don't know, like they tell us to use like natural products and they tell us use lemon. Like don't use lemon. Even if you are using, it's fine, but probably like a drop, like 1 drop of lemon or something like that. That's still fine, but not concentrated lemon directly on your face. Don't use sugar scrubs. Stop doing all of that stuff. Just start using a more soft cleanser which doesn't have any sulfates, doesn't have parabens, doesn't have fragrance. That's the main thing. The reason I love Ordinary is because none of their products have fragrance, none of them have sulfates. They're very, very carefully formulated. When people say natural, like honestly, like I have like people, you know, promoting like products which are like full of fragrance and not even like full of alcohol, and like it's fine. I understand some products have plant-based alcohol, like cetyl alcohol. It's needed because when you're kind of dealing with the acne-prone skin, sometimes alcohol, yes, is needed to kind of really dry out pimples. But fragrance is not cool, guys. Like it's not cool at all. Then things like parabens aren't cool, sulfates aren't cool, but people are still like using those products. Well, that's increasing the sensitivity, and then your skin comes to this point where there's no return and you don't know how to fix it, and then you're stuck. So please just immediately stop using those things. And you really need to understand the science of it. Like when they're telling you all natural, there's nothing great about all natural products. Well, just because they're telling you it's all natural, or it's like a green tea scrub or something like that, well, just because it has green tea in it doesn't mean it's good. It still has fragrance and it has like sulfates in it. So please just do these research. And like I think it's very like, and these days people are getting very informative about like situations and about products and about like marketing, and people are really smart these days. They're kind of really learning. So I mean, I'm not the only one spreading awareness about these things. It's also very general. So where was I? Oh my, I missed a couple of questions. I'm so sorry. Anyway, where should I start? I have combo dry skin. So yeah, dry skin, you should start with using a good moisturizer. Just make sure it has no fragrance, parabens, or anything in it. And if you would say, for me, like what I would recommend to you, just specifically for dry skin, start using hyaluronic acid and stop using foaming cleansers at all. And you said that it's prone to breaking out, so I wouldn't start suggesting rosehip oil, because it does tend to break out people if they're prone to breaking out. And if you've got hypersensitivity, then just, I guess you should just stay away from it for now, and then eventually you can start, because you're saying that you're a beginner. Oh yeah, where do you order products from in Dubai? You can order this from in Dubai, like, well, there's a lot of places like Girly Stuffs and all of these, you know, like Glamazelle and etc. But the best place that I would suggest to order it from is from Cult Beauty. They ship to the UAE, which is great. So Cult Beauty, I think, is perfect to order from because they have stocks available for everything, and they really give you an outlook for each and every product. And top 3 recommendations, I've already mentioned my top 3 products. So okay, in your opinion, what's one of their most effective product for textured and acne prone skin? Acne prone skin, you should start using salicylic acid, and most effective product is the rosehip oil. For beginners, which one do you recommend? I think I've already answered this one. Yeah. And these are like all the similar questions. I mean, there's a couple of other ones, but I guess they're all similar to each other, and I guess this answers everyone's questions. That's why I didn't just go step by step, because they're all similar. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There was a lot of talking to do, and I will see you guys next time. You can let me know in the comments if I'm very much open to positive criticism. If you think I should do something, say something, please let me know. And just don't write mean stuff, because like I'm very sensitive to mean stuff. Like I'm hypersensitive to mean stuff. Lol, that's such a lame joke. Anyway, so I'm very sensitive to mean stuff, guys. Like I literally like think about it all the time, and I'll be like, oh my god, everyone's so mean to me. So like if you want to say something mean, I don't know, like DM me or something. So anyway, please subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Instagram. My name is hala.os. So I'll see you guys next time, and if you have any recommendations for the next video, please do let me know. See you guys. Bye.